Hello everyone, I am Ryan, aka Firebite27, and today, well, I have some very bad news. On October 31st, 2025, I had my Discord account, which I've had since 2017, hacked by a group of scam artists who nearly stole all my money. And in this video, I want to tell you exactly what happened, what you should probably look out for in case something ends up happening to you that's almost exactly like this, and most importantly, what you can do to help me get back at these scam artists. On the afternoon of October 31st, 2025, I got a message from my Discord account which I hadn't messaged in a long time, which already should be a bit of a red flag. The message in question said, "Hey man, I accidentally reported your Discord account to Discord because someone impersonating you scammed me out of a bunch of money. Could you please help me repeal the report?" The account in question directed me to another account called thebox.ask, which basically had me change my password on Discord, create an entirely new account for them to message, and then from there they proceeded to try and get me to reveal my banking information to them, along with my PayPal information, Cash App information, and then finally attempted to get me to send them money on this sketchy Filipino version of PayPal. Needless to say, the red flags had well and truly piled up by the time I finally decided enough was enough and blocked the account, and eventually set up my new Discord account, fire.byte.27. If it isn't obvious already, I'd like for you to go and block my original account, firebyte.27, on Discord, and also report it to Discord because it is currently hacked. There are people there controlling it who tried to scam me out of money, and while it wouldn't technically be my fault, if they tried the same thing with any of my friends on Discord, I wouldn't be able to help but feel responsible for that. More importantly, if you were one of my friends and did chat with me frequently on Discord, I'd like it if you would please send me a friend request again. I know that it might look a bit weird, or like I'm a scam artist impersonating myself because I haven't added a photo to my Discord yet, but at the same time, it is still me, and I am still the one behind the account, let me assure you. Now then, what should you look out for in case someone else tries to pull this trick on you? Or, God forbid, my account was used to try and pull the same trick on you. Well, first things first, if you suspect that there's a scam going on, you should block the account and report it. Usually 9 times out of 10, when something seems like a scam, it's because it is a scam. And believe me, scam artists are very good at what they do. The second thing you should look out for is whether or not they're trying to use logic that sounds like it makes sense on paper. When you think about it, it's like, no, this really doesn't make sense. A good example from the scam that nearly got me to give them all my money is the fact that they told me that my account had basically committed fraud, and that they needed to see my bank account in order to get some money over as a test of trust or something like that. A company like Discord, if it's operating honestly, will never ask you to do that. So if they ask you to do that, just immediately back out. They will try to use your emotions against you. This will come in 2 ways. They'll either try to sympathize with you saying, "I understand that this is very frustrating for you, but please try to bear with me. I will make this right." These false promises will get you to feel like they are someone you can trust, when really, you shouldn't be trusting them with anything. Next, if they think they're either starting to fail at scamming you, or if they are trying to go for the throat and really reel you in, they'll bring pathos into it by basically saying, "Oh please, I have a family. I don't want to get fired from my job. Please help me and be a good customer so my manager won't fire me immediately." I've worked in customer service for 2 years at a store, and you want to know one of the first things that they told me is, never tell anyone your life story, A, and B, don't make the company look bad. This does both. You're getting your customer to sympathize with you, which might reflect poorly on the company if people think that, well, they're forcing people to share their information with you. And secondly, if you're saying your manager is going to fire you if you fail this one specific interaction with a customer, then it's going to make the company look freaking terrible. It's unprofessional to the highest degree, and more importantly, isn't something that any company would want their employees doing. The next thing you should look for is if they are impersonating staff of the company in question. Now, it might not be obvious at first glance, but every single company has a way to denote their customer service as being legit. For Discord, their official staff accounts have a marker next to the usernames that says staff, or assistants, or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But there is a way to find out. There is always a way to find out. And really, the fact that there wasn't a staff marker next to the account that they used to scam me should have really tipped me off immediately. Same goes for the fact that they were using those obnoxious computery boxes that you can put text to in Discord. That really should give it away, because, no Discord staff is going to use that. I'm not sure it really seems all that professional. And the last thing you should look for, which isn't a universal thing, is broken English. Scam artists usually live in foreign countries where the cost of living is not proportionate to how much they earn from legitimate jobs. So they have to resort to scams in order to get money. However, they also aren't very fluent in English all the time, which means that if someone talks to you in broken English in an official Discord message, odds are it's probably a scam artist. However, it's not universal. No one's perfect. However, professionalism dictates that you should be communicating clearly to people. And broken English is not communicating clearly with people. Now then, last of all, what can you do to help me get back at them? First and foremost, don't take the law into your own hands beyond reporting and blocking these accounts. That's really all you need to do in this case, is just report the account and then block it. But if you do take the law into your own hands because, well, quite frankly, I can't stop you from doing that, please do not send any violent or threatening messages or imagery to the accounts in question, because that's just messed up no matter who you're dealing with. And if you do decide to do that, well, don't expect me to come out and back your actions, is all I'm going to say. Now, here is the information you need in order to block and report these accounts. Now, in the case of the first piece of information, I'm not sure we'll be able to do much with it because it's a phone number. And, well, it's a kind of phone number that might just be something you pay for temporarily and then immediately gets deleted a few days later. The phone number in question is shown right here, and make sure to report it en masse. Again, don't send violent images or anything, nothing of that nature, please. Then we have the Discord account, which might be a bit easier to get a lead on. Because, and I cannot emphasize the importance of this, scam artists don't work with a single account. And most importantly, they don't work alone. Scam centers, like what I believe nearly got me, rely entirely on having multiple accounts. So if they think one account is compromised, they have another one they can just go to and change the information on, and so on and so forth, and basically just get up and running again. So while it's not a surefire thing, we can at least clip off one head of the Hydra. Technically, we can actually clip off two if we include my Discord account, but whatever. Point is, report and block these accounts en masse in order to make sure that they don't get at anyone ever again. It's not a perfect solution, but unfortunately, I don't know that much about cybersecurity, so there's no way I can really do this above board other than just having these accounts blocked and flagged and whatnot. But with all that being said, I hope this all helps you avoid at least one scam artist in the future, if not help protect others from scam artists. And with that being said, please stay safe out there, be civil about this, and I'll see you again in the near future, probably.